Hi guys, and welcome back to some more Total Warhammer 2. This is, I believe, part 11. I wiped out Itza and Gorok. He's gone. My army's recovering a little bit. These declared war on me, but I think they can operate like wood elves. I don't think they've really moved from the tree. And then trying to take it with a full garrison in it when he gets one. It is, you probably need 2 armies for it, maybe even 3 in some cases. Because you've got a lot of ranked up troops. They might get opportunistic and come out if, like, you've got a vulnerable army nearby or something, but I don't think they really do a whole lot, to be fair with you. Now, I was asked by a friend of mine of why haven't I gone to Lothern. It is my intention to go to Lothern, but bear in mind, Lothern isn't part of the victory conditions that I need at the moment. There is one on there I can take, which is their main capital, I believe. Yeah, Lothern itself. The main area is also the Gaian Vales. There's 2 big cities over there I can take. But I do need to wipe out Lokhir. So I'm going to occupy this province, get myself some more gold coming in. I'm going to move up here. I'm going to take this one as well, which is Lokhir's, and wipe him out. Once I've got him wiped out, from Poxmarsh on the end here, this town, I can launch assaults on Ulthuan. I don't want to go too far into Lustria if I can avoid it, so I'm gonna at some point build a second land-based army and leave that here to defend my shit. And then I'm gonna go to Ulthuan along the Black Arc, and we're gonna start trying to occupy Ulthuan. That's the plan anyway. But the High Elves can be very tricky, they can indeed. Give me that. Have that afterwards. Okay.
By the cruel seas!
The Druki are restless. Noble born.
Bring fire and terror.
I'm gonna move
Admiral
here.
of Kar's fleets.
And go into ambush.
Hide with the tides.
Because I want to see what he's gonna do. Just got rid of 5 units. That's weird. Buildings and commandments events. Oh, the Beastman's here somewhere. The Beastman's in this province is corrupting the fuck out of it. God damn it. And that public order building's maxed out and it's at -14. Fuck.
Before the Kraken, and I may...
What do you want? I don't want no aggression with your Harkin, because I've got to declare war on you pretty soon. I'll keep the peace for you for the time being, but I don't want no aggression pack, because then I've got to break it to attack you. That affects my reliability. The Confederated Avalon.
Speak!
Right, where's the
Dreadlord
thing at? There.
Aboard the Tower of Blessed Dread. Get moving.
Two of those. And one of those. They take 2 turns to recruit.
Ply the cruel
Once I've recruited those, I'll take Axolotl. I think we'll Holophant slaves at the moment, so I need to get rid of corruption and shit. That's back into a positive again.
People grow restless.
Okay. I just want to make sure I've got all this built up first and available. All my stuff, my money coming in. Good stable base before I move anywhere.
I command.
Looks like Harkon's attacking the other faction over there. That can have 14,000 slaves. Jesus. Why did it end up with so many? Okay. The main reason as well I want to go to Oath one is the for anyone that plays the game will know what the Order Tide is. And basically the Order Tide can occur in, I'd probably say 7 games out of 10. And what it is, when Archaon spawned up in the north, his Vanguard, when he finally spawns in, he'll spawn in with a lot of armies. Now, sometimes Archaon can succeed in wiping people out, but very rarely. He usually gets defeated by the good forces, which consist of 4 races. The Empire, Bretonnia, the Dwarves, and the High Elves. They're the 4 strongest good factions in the game, and they all get military alliances and all band together. And then once they've dealt with Archaon, what they do is they turn their attentions on everyone else that's evil, or even a grey area like good/evil, even like Lizardmen. And basically just come and wipe out everyone else in the world. And if they're that strong, then can't stop them. And they'll have that many armies. It'll be like an endless tide. Even if you say beat 3, 4, 5 armies, they might have another 10 on the way.
Onwards, crew. Dedicate this place to Mathlan. Sacrifices to Mathlan. A mutiny.
As well. So yeah, we want the wood definitely. Oh, it's just upkeep for shades as well. +2 rank for them. Ooh. We'll want that, I want walls. And then we're probably going to go for the money. Then down here we've got pastures. I'm not sure what they give us. But if it's only growth and not food related, I won't bother building it. And then I might look at building maybe another public order building or something if we need it. The public order's shot up now, means the beastmen probably moved somewhere. You can't trust the beastmen though, because they are agents of chaos. Oh, Nagron Confederate, the Forge Bound. Alright.
Your conquests strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, mighty lord. The wisest amongst them will know that fate is on your side. I have foreseen it.
The guy who's foreseen it, that's got a white crow on his shoulder, the white crow turns out to be a great demon of Zinch, that then snaps him in half. So you've foreseen it, you didn't foresee you getting betrayed and getting ass whooped.
Yes!
Dreadlord of Nagara. Cease your provocations!
Next tide!
Right.
Power at last.
I care not.
Might leave that a moment, we'll see. Let's get the shades maxed out.
Ready! Admiral of Kar's fleets. Aboard the Tower of Blessed Dread. Corsairs to me!
I'm just testing two things, because one, I've got to go and get injured again by occupying that. Because I don't want the dwarves to come down here and occupy it, which they can sometimes do. So, I'm going to occupy this, and I want to see if they're going to come out and attack this. It's basically got a naff or garrison. If they're not going to go and attack that, they're probably not going to attack much of anything. Unless they get confederated. Let's see if we can get anything with him.
Words have great power.
Apparently he likes us now.
The power over life and death, for example. Fine.
We can merge the alliance as well. In fact, no, I'll go defensive alliance for the time being.
Demon bound.
Let us not allow haste or rage to dictate business. No. Trade keeps the wine sweet and the futile.
Okay. Well, fuck you then, Malice. I've given me defensive alliance, so if he's attacked by somebody, I jump into a war with him. If you take a military alliance, the problem you've got then is if he declares war on somebody, which being the AI frequently does, he might declare war on somebody really fucking powerful, but somebody who's not near him but might be near me. It then could potentially fuck me over and not himself. So like if, for example, up here, there'll be two crap-off factions. You'll have Marcus Wolfheart, who's of the Empire, and then up here you've got Mazda Mundi, who's another faction that doesn't have but a stronger one. If he declares war on either of those, they're more likely to come for me than they are for him, because they're down where I am. So, it could then create a problem for me. I don't mind the defensive alliance, because if they declare war on him, it is what it is. No. I'll just take the defensive at the moment, Malekith. I'm trying to limit my problems.
Hated landwalkers.
Just got rid of one
I
troublesome
am
lizard.
going.
Looks like he's not going for it. I'm fairly certain they operate like the Wood Elves. And the Wood Elves very rarely leave the forest. The only time they'll do it is if you're around it. If you've got an army here or here or here, and your army's like quite injured, or they know they've got like a very high win chance on their auto-resolve or they attack you. They don't usually venture out and attack your provinces if it's like a solo tree. There are exceptions, like Drycha will do, but like the AI factions that aren't playable by a player, they generally just stay in their tree the entire game. And almost nobody attacks them because they have like a 20 stack garrison, which is usually strong, and then a 20 stack army inside it. So you basically got 40 units. And to take it while it's inside their own province, they can have give the army inside defensive buffs. You're probably going to need at least 2 armies, but you might even need 3 or 4.
Attend me. A new lair for the Kraken. Fellheart ready.
Let's put public order on. That gives me the commandment.
Tyrant of Nagaroth. Going ashore.
Why would you go around that way? Weird.
Lord of the Black Court.
These all maxed out. They are indeed. So that's a fully upgraded Black Ark.
Do not vex us further.
Kraken Lord. Bring fire and terror.
Don't need those. So I can do that one, then I'll go on to the next one. Ooh. Minus 5% upkeep for shades. And recruitment cost. That'd be nice. Some armor for shades as well. Nice. And get these
The people are
stabilized.
displeased.
should be good. But public order, they're still going to plus. I'll put that on. Because the growth there is super slow. Because that's the worst kind of province you can have, where you've just got a city and one town. You just don't get much growth out of it.
The Druki
That's
are
the
restless.
best. City and 3 towns. And then obviously that's like your middle one. Your average. City and 2 towns. But it is a big city, that one as well. What does this do? Gives me increased growth, cost of replenishment, and then upkeep for units that I'm not going to use. So yeah, I don't need that. I want money. Purely want money. So I'm going to go there first. But in Subatun, what I think I'll probably do, obviously I'm going to have walls. Always build walls, because if like a rogue army spawns and you haven't got an army nearby to respond, it can buy you like 2 or 3 turns while they build siege equipment, and it can give you a chance to get an army down there, or it can even give you a fine chance of winning it depending on what army spawns. But then I think I'll build this. It's another 6 public order, which will help out quite a bit. I know Itza's going to get 5 more as well, isn't it? It's going to get 5 more from that. Some buildings have like dual and triple purpose, like that building recruiting like Blackguard and some advanced units is 1, but then it also gives you 5 public order and +1 towards recruit rank faction wide. So you've got a few more advantages from the building itself. But not all buildings do that. Some buildings just give you like 1 or 2 things, and they're not always that good.
Obey!
Like some of the good ones, like that one, examples, just for recruiting, and it gives you exotic animal cages resource. But I've already got that, so I don't really need it. Oh, it also gives local recruitment capacity +2. So that one's actually got, aside from the recruiting, it's got 3 additional effects. It's a really good building. So that one's not bad in itself. You've got the recruiting, the base, but then you've got research rate 8%. Bunch of research is all done, it's kind of pointless. Hero capacity for sorceresses, and then it increases their rank by +4. And then you do get a sorceress in your garrison as well, which is not bad. Some are really good and some are quite naff. The only ones that aren't bad by having a single one is the ones like these, where it gives you income. Because pure income, not all factions have that. And just having a building that gives you like 300, 400, 500 income or something like that, it's pretty good. Just basically free money.
Kraken calls!
Right, let me move back up here.
Hated landwalkers!
I'm going to garrison myself in there. Looks like that's been destroyed again, unless he's occupied it this time. And I'm going to move myself probably over, once it's fully maxed out its garrison and it's got walls, I'll probably move over towards Fuming Serpent. And then I'll get ready to declare war upon him. And I'll move Black Hawk round as well. Because my plan is to hit this with my land-based army and from the ocean on both sides. If I take his city out, he can't build much from his towns.
Corsairs to me!
Undead units are kind of shit anyway in most cases. They're usually a lot weaker than the living counterparts. Looks like Malekith's getting his fucking shit pushed in. You took all my provinces, Malekith, you best be able to fucking deliver. And see, at the moment in the game, how the game goes, generally in the game, there are 3 evil factions who can rise to power and keep it. One of them is the Dark Elves, usually Malekith up top, one of the 3 factions up there. But he's now currently getting his ass whooped. Again, we've got a defensive alliance and it started falling apart. Second one can be the Greenskins, under one of the various leaders. Usually they do push out really strong, but then get pushed back in the late game by the Empire and Dwarves if they don't finish them off. You get a chance to kill the Empire Dwarves, actually kill them. Wipe out every settlement, every army, make them dead. Don't let them stay alive because they'll come back and it'll bite you in the ass.
Sacrifices to Mathlan. You will march. Speak.
But the AI doesn't think like us. So they generally don't finish off their opponents. The good guys do, but the bad guys not so much. And then the third one, that can sometimes occur, is one of the Skaven factions. It's usually not a Kitclaw, despite him being one of the strongest. It's usually Clan Moors down bottom, or the Deathmaster. They can usually become really, really fucking strong. Now, if they become strong, they usually wipe out the Orcs, but they also generally go and have a good go wiping out the Dwarves. And Skaven armies like hard counter Dwarves, because of an ambush stance all the time, and you can just do so much dirty stuff to them with the ambushes. Faction destroyed Hag Grief. Oh dear. So that's Malice Darkblade, who's in the bottom right corner. He's dead. So I wonder who's killed him. It continues on its way it's going. I'm going to be the only Dark Elf standing. This is not going more for the Druki. Oh, fucking hell. Well, that might be partially why. There's a fucking high elf on Loven that's got that bloody Sword of Cain. Whoever's wielding that's going to be a fucking nightmare machine. It's all destroyed. It's all been destroyed. It must have been the Chaos Vanguard. I'm guessing Malekith left no armies back here. And Archeon's Vanguards come down and destroyed all his fucking cities. Ugh, God. Well, the Order Tide looking more and more likely. And yet there are still some people out there who goes, oh, what's an Order Tide? Try playing the game more. Or try upping the difficulty. Get that fucking easy difficulty. You'll see what an Order Tide is. Because you see it when you Doom Tide.
Unrest.
Alright, building. Making sure that I'm building that or not. Got 4 buildings. Definitely want that as 1. 2. Could go 3 then because it's more money. And more of the exotic animals, which is why I don't need that. Which also costs a lot more to make than that. And then probably could go there for the public order bonus. So, give me that. In fact, no, actually, build me that. That. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Cease your provocations.
We can afford it, so we're doing it.
I command.
And the reason I'm not recruiting a second lord yet, as soon as I recruit a second lord, I'll get something called supply lines, and it's plus 15% upkeep for every single unit in my armies, except the Black Arcs. So the lords, everything, will cost 15% more upkeep. And that's in this army, as well as in the army that I build. So, this one's worth 3,735. It's basically going to be 15% more expensive. But I also need a second army of the same makeup. So, I've got to make sure I can afford that. So, our money's going to take a massive slump when I build that second army. But if I build these up first while I've got like almost 7,000 a turn coming in, and once these are built, that should go up even further. And then the same with here as well. And then I can afford to keep a second army round here somewhere who can look after this shit. And then I can try and make a stab at Ulthuan. Is that Dark Elves on Ulthuan there? That is Dark Elves on Ulthuan. So hang about, so the High Elves are pushing into Nagorond. And they've got one of the provinces is taken on Ulthuan itself. What is going on over there? Okay. The Besiege of Marath is main province as well. That's bad, that one, because it's a really good city. Has a really awesome building in it that generates a fuck ton of money. Really good for gold.
Ready!
The people are displeased.
By the cruel seas.
Yeah, I can put slaves back on there for the time being. How much of that is from him though? Multi-present 6, but characters give 17? What the fuck? Faction minus 12. Right, okay. Just the idea is if I can get the public order up, which is why I'm using public order on these.
We are displeased.
If I can get the public order up like there, obviously, I can change that out. I mean, it's good for the income from slaves plus 10%. But slaves don't bring in a huge amount unless you can have a lot in there. And the public order allows you to have more slaves in there because obviously the slaves reduce public order when you have so many. So you want a good base of public order buildings for Dark Elves. Otherwise you'll start into a decline that won't stop. And I don't want my armies have to leapfrog between provinces to keep public order up. Public order has to stabilise by itself without an army being there. Because I can't have armies there all the time. So I need the public order to level itself out. And the Luzman faction up far north near Malekith just got destroyed. So I'm guessing it must be Chaos then. Chaos are coming down. They do spawn about something like, I think it's like 12 to 16 armies up there. So when I played Malekith and I did it, they basically have these valleys here, which I refer to as invasion valleys. And they come on up the north here, and they run an army down here. They run 2 armies down here. There are about 3 down here. Another 3 down there. There's another 3 or 4 come down this one. I don't think any come down this one. I can't remember. If they do, it's like 1 or 2. And they come down, just start hitting all your stuff. Now, you do lose some of the towns. You can't protect everything because they've got more armies than you've got. But, like, you can garrison one of your armies in one of them, and you can just wipe out Chaos armies with Dark Elves with Shades easy. Because they're predominantly melee, and they just run straight into arm-piercing arrows and just die. They can't do anything. So I'm hoping the demon armies of Total War Warhammer 3 will be much stronger. Nice. Right, where do I want to go first? I might go there, purely so I can get increased ranks for Death Hags and Assassins.
Kraken Lord!
Okay. That's also good for managing your slaves as well. You like have to have one of those in like every city.
The Druki are restless.
Good source of income.
Feared by all.
What I might do is as well actually.
Time. Dreadlord of
My Black
Nagaroth.
Ark. These things, if you've got them nearby, they're worth farming. Because if it's a battle on it and you win it, can give you magical items, but also can give you like 20,000 gold. Plus you can also get slaves out of it as well, which is not a bad thing. See, I'll put some into there.
Master of Karen's Calm.
That's one of the advantages, I think, in my personal opinion. That ooh, yes. Then we'll have that one next. And then I want that one actually before I recruit the second army as well. Because it's plus 5 ranks for my Lord recruit rank faction wide. So if I have that, the Lord's going to be 5 ranks higher. Which is always a good thing.
Cruel and deadly.
But yeah, with
Anchors
these,
away.
if you've got like a coastal based or ocean based oh, we got an item out of it. So we got regeneration and then physical resistance 7. I was hoping for a battle
The
personally.
ocean awaits.
But yeah, see these, you can just farm them. They'll spawn quite frequently. And any faction that has access to the coastline or water where they're spawning, you can just farm those for money and experience. And unlike somebody, say, repeatedly sacking a town or city, which is cheese, I wouldn't call that cheese. Because where these spawn is RNG, you don't control it. But if you've got like a city nearby and you've got an army, you can go away, replenish, go back, sack it again in 3 or 4 turns, the same thing. That's just cheese. That's not what you're meant to do. That's not how it's designed.
Calls.
And that's not how any of the armies do it in the lore.
Don't be scared by my helm, as intimidating as it is.
Before I give you a military alliance, you need to get yourself out of that slump that you're in, Malika. If you took my city, put it to good use. But I don't want a military alliance with somebody who's basically going to die if you don't do something quickly. It's got a lot of heroes. That's worrying. Sometimes people ask the question of what is the strongest unit in like a roster. The answer is actually always the same. The strongest units in your roster is the heroes. They're always the strongest. Because one, you can get them up to like level, 40. They have ridiculous stats at that point. Way more than like your general unit, even like your elite units. We've got 2 spaces left. So we need that and that, don't we? Yeah, we're not having that here. But
Plotting a course.
yeah, the heroes are always the strongest units in a faction that you can have. The difference with them is you're limited to how many you can have. So you can't like deck out full armies of heroes, at least not early on. You might be able to get a full army of heroes in the late game, and that will pretty much, that's what you call a doom stack. It will stamp on anything. And because the AI never recruits that kind of doom stack, there's nothing they can really throw at you that's going to beat you. The heroes will always win. And because you can put magical items on every single hero, you can make them really durable, hit really hard, so on and so forth.
Obey!
Oh. Those armies are both shit though, to be fair. Both red-crested skinks. Faced much nastier armies at the hands of Gorok. The 2 things that are my most annoying units to face in the Asman roster, other than ancient Stegodons,
Tyrant of Nagaro. Set the
are
sails. With haste, sail, damn you.
the ancient Stegodons, because they're basically mobile artillery on a big monstrous creature, they can always hurt. But also the new flying spellcasting fucking snake lizard thing, as well as Ripidactyl riders, because they're very fast. They can jump on units like my shades and they can beat them in combat, and they can sometimes be a little bit too durable to shoot out the sky quickly, which can be a problem.
The people grow restless.
Build that all up. what I've seen some other people do as well is you can rush Ulthuan in the early game. So you can be at Ulthuan by like turn 10, 15 sort of thing. And basically you jump on them before they get chance to get started, really. So you jump on them before they get the best units, before they start confederating, and basically start taking them out. And that is one way you can do this campaign. It can be risky sometimes, but it's one way you can do it. But basically what you do is you abandon your territory here. You just don't even bother building and recruiting here. You go straight to Lothern. But obviously if you're playing the objectives, you do have to come back here to wipe out these 3 factions, and they're all here. So you do have to destroy these in order to win. So if you do conquer Ulthuan, you've got to come back here at some point anyway.
Cease your provocations!
I'm going to do mine kind of, mine's going to be kind of a half and half. I'm not looking to conquer all of Austria. Shit. I'm not looking to conquer all of Austria. I'm just looking to conquer part of it. Maybe build an army or 2 here to look after what I've got my territory-wise, in case anyone declares war on me while I'm away. Or send some armies down there to attack my stuff. And then I'll go on to Ulthuan with whatever Black Arcs I've got, as well as Lokhir's main army. And then I'll start occupying over there.
Such slaughter awaits.
Here we go. We're gonna fight somebody. What the hell is that? Charge bonus. I'll put it on those, but they don't really charge. It's giving me a decisive victory with low casualties, which I will have, but I kind of want to fight it. I've not fought a battle. I want to fight a battle. But I will need to deal with those cannons though, because I can't outrange them. Problem is as well, them big fuck off crabs. It's got 3 basically big monstrous goddamn crabs, which can be an issue. Depends on where they deploy though, I suppose.
Dark elves! Dealers in death!
Shades!
The merciless host! Nagarothi!
Dark elves!
Dreadlord! Noble born!
Battle ready! Blackguards! We are ready! Bolt throwers!
These probably won't even be in range because their range is crap. No, they're not. They're definitely forward.
Druki! Cold-blooded killers! Bolt throwers!
Right.
Shades!
Left shade group,
Battle ready.
right shade group.
Shades. The merciless host.
Right, let's see where it's deployed. It's deployed on that side. Holy shit, he's done a fused flank. Okay. Oh, that's gonna make that fucking tricky. Alright, well, what I'll do is then, so I'm gonna have to do a tactical withdrawal. Put those all together. Move those to there. Move you over here. Bolt throwers come to about there. Actually, they're probably going to be moving at us, aren't they? So maybe they'll be fine actually. And actually, with these, don't put them that close together. The thing with bolt throwers isn't artillery. They line up at the side of each other, and sometimes you'll get obstruction and they won't fire at all, which is really fucking stupid. Right, can you reach them? It's time to retreat. Quite fucking hastily. But I might need you to intervene there slightly, and you intervene there slightly.
Merciless warriors. Kill everything.
Eager for battle. Going.
Shades.
No, Shades, don't get involved in combat.
Onward
Come
to
out.
murder.
Cold-blooded killers. Glorious destruction. Eager for battle. Advance, Druki, to destruction. Shades.
Easy peasy. Have I just got a murderous price buff? What's the immediate attack up to? 56 and 57, good god. 20% off piece of missile damage. What? Look at that. So you get 20% on piece of missile damage on shades that already have a lot of on piece of missile damage. Good god. And to be fair, if I'd have auto-resolved that, that front line would have probably taken a lot more hammer, and I'd have probably got a lot more damage units to shades rather than just 2. But I didn't lose anything, that's the main thing. And then from that battle, I should be able to get some slaves. Which you would think an undead workforce would be quite good. Well, because they don't get sick, they don't tire, they don't need food, they don't need a break. You can literally work them to the bone. Some might actually already be bones. So, like, capture Soppy Necromancer and threaten him by death, get him to rise up a bunch of, like, zombies and skeletons, and set him to work. I need to change these shades out anyway for Shades of Great Swords when I get a chance. That's ultimately what I'll have in all my armies eventually, is the Great Sword shades, because then the armor piercing both ends, it makes them really effective. Like anyone who's seen like a good medieval film, imagine running towards a guy who's got like some sort of crossbow or like a crossbow regiment, and then on the back they've all got a two-handed longsword, and then so as I probably say an elite level of skill at using it. They're not masterful, like the Blackguard are with their polearms, or Harganth Executioners are. They're like your masters with the two-handed swords. But these are like the next step down. So they could pull that out and cut you to pieces in combat as well. It's like, oh look, archers, we'll run at those and go and kill them. Yeah, not these archers. Not these crossbowmen. These will slap you back. And as you see there, that's the tactic I use there. Sometimes the AI can do something really weird, and they can deploy their army further back, and then they're not in range of my shades. So I've got to move to get in range of his artillery, which isn't always ideal if their melee units come towards me. It can create a problem.
The weak are crushed. Black-hearted dreadlord.
Got myself a chill blade.
Capable enough.
I'll take that. Around self-effects enemies in range, -5 melee attack and -10% speed, which is really good for a guy who's predominantly ranged.
I have prevailed. Anchors away.
Average.
Let's buff up my shades.
Lokhir fell hard.
That should have given me some slaves. It has. Not much income from it though. But I've got some. Need 2%. How many can they handle? They can handle 11,000 sheaves presently. And I think that's going to go up once this is made level 3.
Come, join us.
And then I've got to get better at using this as a thing, because it gives you the Dark Conduit, income plus battle loot plus 50%, income from slaves plus 15%, cash replenishment 20%, and cash is captured post battle 25%. So I get more slaves, but the slaves do decline 50% faster. But you'd normally use that as well when you've got things like this, because that counters the slave decline rate by 50%. So that basically nullifies the right The right is plus 50%, and that's minus 50%. So basically they decline then at like normal speed. It's not increased by any. So you can use that to kind of counter it while getting 15% more income. So if you suddenly need a surge of income, nice big bit of cash flow, you can use that. But it has got like, I think it's like a 40 turn cooldown. Yeah. So you can't use it all the time. But it does last for 15 turns. So it's quite good. Right. I'm going to end this part here. This is turn 117. The old Spartan number, 117. I'll be playing some of that when it comes out in December as well. So that's that saved. If you guys enjoyed, give me a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe, helps grow the channel. If you leave a comment below, I'll respond to you. Take care everyone and have a fantastic day.